Hello, world. Welcome back again to the BPN Black People News. Tonight's special segment will cover the top 10 reasons for why the world is a better place since Barack Obama took office as the United States president. First, he won a Nobel Peace Prize as soon as he took office. Obviously, those that vote on the Peace Prize, notice, peace, and recognize throughout the world what kind of image that this man brought to what the American dream is really all about, acknowledge the fact that he was worthy of an award having not even done anything yet. So consider that fact, for one, that he created a unifying, self-fulfilling prophecy of everyone feeling safer around the world now that he was in office, as opposed to those other guys who started 2 wars and didn't even pay for them. Second reason, Lilly Ledbetter Act. Equal and fair pay for women makes the world way better for those women who are striving to be career-oriented and make just as much money as the man who they share the same position with. Another way the world will be better going forward since Barack Obama took office. Killing Osama bin Laden, one of the leading terrorists to ever walk the face of the earth. He found him, he caught him, and they killed him. Now, you might not agree with how they did it. You might not agree with, the book that the Navy SEAL put out after the fact. But bottom line is he's gone. And as you notice from the news, so are a lot of the other operatives that were running Al-Qaeda factions throughout the world. So the war on terror is really, moving in a way where we're finding where these guys are and we're getting them. We're not just sitting back and waiting for them to attack us again. Which leads me to the fourth point that makes the world a better place since Barack Obama took office. America's been safe ever since he took office. We haven't had any major disasters, any major events happen here in this country that he hasn't addressed, or at least put us in position to address. So those points alone already lead to a better place, a better world. Then you got ending the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, which, again, not paid for, put us in the biggest hole that almost brought us to a Great Depression. Went looking to fight enemies that had nothing to do with 9/11. Like, why were we even in Iraq? Can anybody tell me? Weapons of mass destruction? Did we kind of prove that didn't exist? Haven't we seen enough information and know enough now to know that that was all a bunch of BS? And that's why the world court is now looking for Bush to kind of, and his boy in Britain, to press charges on them in the World Criminal Court for starting an illegal war. But Obama's winding that down and bringing our troops home and not looking to get into any other wars, which is not what I'm hearing from the other side. The Affordable Care Act. Now, again, some people, they say it's going to bring us into more of a deficit. Other people think that, it should be repealed. Bottom line is this: any legislation that's going to stop healthcare companies from denying coverage to anybody is a good thing. Any healthcare coverage that's going to stop insurance providers from being able to charge you whatever they want is a good thing. Anything that's going to allow people to stay on their parents' plans for longer amounts of time up until they're 26 is a good thing. So don't believe the hype. Don't fall prey to the media and to the Republicans backlashing wanting to repeal it. You got to really ask yourself, why do they want to repeal it so bad? Is it because a lot of their donors are healthcare insurance providers? Another reason why the world is a better place since Barack Obama took office is because the industries that he does support were collapsing in America until he took office, like the auto industry, which is proven. He saved, Romney wanted to let die. The Republicans wanted to let go. Our own industry, whereas they have a pattern of shipping out jobs and working with other countries to take jobs away from this country, you have the biggest industry in America, the industry that helped America become a major exporter, falling and failing, and you had a group who didn't want to save it. But Barack Obama took action to save it, and now it's back to being the leader in the world. A major industry that helped save and also help us recover from the Great Recession. Putting 2 women on the Supreme Court, knowing that certain factions, and I won't call them out, Republicans, want to actually start to impose certain procedures on women. They also opposed the Lilly Ledbetter Act, equal pay for women. To now have a president who actually just put 2 women, and not just women, but actually even a Latina woman, on the Supreme Court to help support issues that will be directly affecting women and minorities over the course of the next generations, is a major way why the world will be better going forward since Barack Obama took office. Credit card regulations. Come on now. Anything that stops credit card companies from charging you exorbitant interest rates has to be a good thing. Anything that make sure that they have to divulge to you any practices or any hidden fees that they have. If you ever paid a credit card bill, you got to know that that's a good thing. Investing in new energy. Some people say he spent and wasted $90 billion on new energy companies, Solyndra, whatever the case may be, right? For one, whenever you invest, you know you're not guaranteed a return on that investment. And sometimes you do pick the wrong stocks, or you pick the wrong companies to invest in. Like even look at Facebook. For as much as we use it, the initial IPO and its stock price has fallen pretty much every day since it became public. But we know it's still a great product. So it doesn't necessarily mean that because we've already invested into some of these companies that seemingly may look like they're failing, you still have to invest that money if you're going to ever shift us from relying on oil and finding ways to harness new energy from wind and solar, things that are not proven. How else are you going to find out if you don't experiment? That's basic science. So another way that going forward, we should be better by the decisions that our president has made. Another great way that the world is a better place since Barack Obama took office is that we have now climbed out of the recession. We have now seen close to 5 million jobs created in the private sector over the last few months. We've now also seen unemployment continue to dip and decrease. But the biggest thing is he restored pride and respect throughout the world in our country. He opened up and had conversations with countries that for the longest time were blatantly ignored and overlooked by American government, which going forward obviously makes the world a better place and allows for a discourse for people to work together to continue to bring us forward in a more global community, in a more global society. So once again, thanks for tuning in to BPN. That's the news. Good night.